What if I told you that beneath Bluey's wholesome surface, there are characters harboring dark secrets that could completely transform the show? We've uncovered 10 beloved characters who could turn evil, and one of them has already shown signs that will shock you to your core. The most terrifying part? The evidence has been hiding in plain sight all along. Let's start with the most obvious candidate, 3-year-old Muffin. While most fans dismiss her behavior as typical toddler antics, there's something more sinister lurking beneath the surface. Muffin's impulsiveness isn't just adorable chaos, it's a complete lack of self-awareness that could lead to genuinely harmful actions. Throughout the series, we've seen Muffin's explosive tantrums and her ability to manipulate situations to get what she wants. Her parents often let her behavior slide with a simple, kids will be kids attitude. But what happens when those unchecked impulses grow stronger? In episodes like Library, we see how her mind works differently from other children her age, and while the show frames it as endearing, it could easily become destructive. The most chilling aspect of Muffin's potential villainy is that it would be completely unintentional. She wouldn't set out to hurt anyone, but her lack of consequences and inability to understand the impact of her actions could lead to catastrophic results. Imagine a teenage Muffin with the same impulsive nature, but with the physical capability to cause real damage. Jack's struggles with focus and impulsivity in episodes like Army aren't just character quirks, they're warning signs. While the show beautifully portrays his journey with ADHD, there's a darker path this could take if left unaddressed. His difficulty following instructions and his need for constant stimulation could escalate into more serious behavioral issues. What makes Jack particularly concerned is his intelligence combined with his impulsivity. He's clever enough to understand complex situations, but lacks the self-control to always make the right choices. In the wrong circumstances, this combination could create a character who makes increasingly poor decisions while fully understanding their consequences. The transformation wouldn't be sudden. It would be a gradual slide from harmless rule-breaking to genuinely dangerous behavior. Jack's need for excitement and his difficulty with authority could lead him down a path where he seeks thrills through increasingly risky means. This might be the most shocking entry on our list. Sweet, gentle Bingo seems incapable of evil, but that's exactly what makes her so dangerous. Her occasional anger outbursts, like the one in Granny Mobile, reveal a depth of emotion that she usually keeps carefully controlled. Bingo's sensitivity and emotional intelligence could become weapons if she ever decided to use them against others. She understands people's weaknesses better than most adults, and her innocent appearance would make her the perfect manipulator. No one would suspect the quiet, thoughtful child of orchestrating elaborate schemes. The most terrifying aspect of evil Bingo would be her patience. Unlike Muffin's explosive chaos or Jack's impulsive actions, Bingo would plan meticulously. She would wait, observe, and strike when her targets least expected it. Her deep understanding of emotions would allow her to inflict psychological damage that could last a lifetime. Our beloved protagonist herself has the greatest potential for evil, and the signs have been there all along. Bluey's incredible imagination and natural leadership abilities could easily be turned toward manipulation and control. In episodes like Butterflies, we see how she can become so absorbed in her games that she ignores the feelings of others. Bluey's charisma is her most dangerous weapon. She has an uncanny ability to convince others to go along with her plans, even when those plans become increasingly elaborate or potentially harmful. Her games often involve complex scenarios where she assigns roles to others and expects them to play along perfectly. An evil Bluey would use her creativity to construct elaborate schemes that others would willingly participate in, not realizing they were being manipulated. She could create alternate realities so convincing that her victims would question their own perceptions of truth. Rusty's competitive nature, while currently channeled into healthy activities, has the potential to become dangerously obsessive. His need to win and prove himself could evolve into a willingness to do anything, absolutely anything, to come out on top. The transition would be gradual. It might start with small acts of sabotage during games, then escalate to psychological warfare against his competitors. Rusty's military family background has given him a strategic mind that could be turned toward conquest rather than cooperation. Evil Rusty would see every interaction as a competition to be won, every relationship as a potential advantage to be exploited. His loyalty to his friends would transform into a possessive need to control them, ensuring they remain useful to his goals. Indy's free-spirited nature could easily cross the line from independence to dangerous recklessness. Her rejection of conventional rules and expectations might evolve into a complete disregard for safety and social norms. What makes Indy particularly dangerous is her influence over others. Her confidence and unconventional thinking attract followers who admire her fearlessness. An evil Indy would use this influence to lead others into increasingly dangerous situations, convincing them that taking risks is the only way to truly live. Her transformation would be framed as liberation, breaking free from society's constraints, but the reality would be chaos and destruction masked as freedom. Before we reveal the most shocking character on our list, make sure to hit that subscribe button, or you will become evil just like them. We've seen glimpses of Chloe's father's strict nature and tendency to worry, but these traits could easily evolve into something much more sinister. His need for order and control could become an obsession that destroys his family's happiness and freedom. An evil Chloe's dad would use his authority as a parent to micromanage every aspect of his family's life. His worry would transform into paranoia, leading him to implement increasingly restrictive rules and surveillance. He would convince himself that his actions are protective, but they would actually be about maintaining complete control. The most chilling aspect would be how he would justify his behavior. Every restriction would be framed as being for their own good, making it difficult for his family to recognize the abuse for what it truly is. Rad's carefree, easygoing nature seems harmless enough, but his lack of responsibility could have devastating consequences if taken to extremes. His tendency to avoid serious commitments and difficult conversations could evolve into a complete abandonment of duty and care for others. Evil Rad would be the uncle who introduces children to dangerous ideas and activities, always with a smile and a laugh. He would encourage risky behavior while avoiding any responsibility for the consequences. His charm would make him seem like the fun adult, but his influence would be toxic. His transformation would be particularly tragic because it would stem from his fear of responsibility rather than any genuine malice. He would cause harm through neglect and poor judgment rather than deliberate cruelty. Nana's old-fashioned views and doting nature could take a dark turn if her desire to preserve tradition becomes an obsession with controlling the family's behavior. Her sweet exterior could hide a manipulative nature that uses guilt and emotional blackmail to enforce her will. Evil Nana would use her position as the family matriarch to demand absolute respect and obedience. She would dismiss new ideas not just as different, but as threats to the family's very foundation. Her love would become conditional, offered only to those who conform to her increasingly rigid expectations. The most insidious aspect would be how she would frame her control as wisdom and love, making it difficult for family members to resist without feeling guilty and ungrateful. Finally, we have a character who has already shown her villainous potential, the old pug from Granny Mobile. Unlike the others on this list, she doesn't need to transform because she's already there. Her rude, spiteful behavior and complete disregard for others' feelings make her the closest thing Bluey has to a traditional antagonist. What makes the old pug truly terrifying is that she represents what could happen to any of the other characters if they let their worst impulses take control. She's living proof that even in Bluey's wholesome world, genuine malice can exist. Her willingness to argue with children and her violent reaction to being challenged show a complete lack of empathy or social restraint. She's not just unpleasant, she's actively harmful to everyone around her. What do you think about these potential villain transformations? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to check out our video about the psychology behind Bluey's character development.